Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we're going to do a character guide on Cissnei, who we'll just say the Queen of Delay is back. She's taken her throne back as the best off-turn damage dealer in the game. We're going to see how impressive she's working here tonight. So if you're unfamiliar with Cissnei, that's literally her role is off-turn damage. And the reason why, you would say she's the best off-turn damage dealer is that's really her only role, is to do off-turn damage. She doesn't have a lot of other gimmicks in her kit. Like, she has 100% crit rate, which is really important for her. But she doesn't have a ton of other utility or things that she's doing, so they made her off-turn damage superior. Whereas a lot of these other off-turn damage dealers, I feel like, have other things they're doing. So Cissnei, they just said, we're going to pour everything into her off-turn and make her that big-time off-turn specialist. So in this video, we're going to look at her calls, her artifacts, and her spheres, and then we're going to see how she's looking in a showcase. So we'll start with the calls. The calls can be solid, right? So the 15 is just attack and max spray, but it's to just the caller, so nothing too crazy there. But the LD, it's just nice, solid party buffs. So the party's going to get brave damage up, HP damage up, and overflow up. So those are just good standard buffs that are nice to have on a call. HP damage is usually something I want to get. So with HP damage, we will say that that is a solid call you can use because you can get that. Let's go ahead and look at her artifacts and her spheres. By the way, my Cissnei is fully maxed out. Force level 50, green BT, blue armor, max Ultima weapon, max crystal room. We got 2 crystal passives out of 3, so she's pretty dang maxed out. Let's look at her artifacts. So for artifacts, you definitely want to go attack 108 and Turk's throwing star up. What happens with Cissnei is attack and brave damage are her 2 most important stats because she's dealing a lot of off-turn damage. Her off-turn damage will be doing 6 brave hits, and it's really important that those brave hits are dealing a lot of damage to build up her brave to deal more HP on her off-turn damage. So that's why you want to go with that. The Turk's throwing star is going to do party, max brave, and attack. So anytime you get good party stats, you always want that. So definitely go with that. And then for spheres, she's got 2 A's and a D slot. So for A slot, you could go attack or brave damage, but I feel like I want to lean more brave damage on her because, like I said, her off turn is the thing that's going to be hitting the most. That's the most important part of her kit, and it does 6 brave hits. So I feel like getting more out of those brave hits is going to be important to do more damage. So I would say you could go attack spheres, you could go just brave damage spheres, or there are a couple of brave attack combos. So you could do like Jack or Shulk. I think Jack and Shulk are 5% the HP and brave damage. I opted to go for the full brave damage spheres, which are 10%. Cloud would probably be one of the best in slots because Cissnei is a crit damage specialist. She has a 100% chance to crit. So Cloud is free. Anytime she attacks, she is always getting the extra 10% brave damage. I think Edgar is another one you could use. The enemies just have to be debuffed. Cissnei does not do any debuffs, but odds are somebody in your party will be applying a debuff or a call will be applying a debuff. So you could give her Edgar. But I think Gao is another very safe one. Just as long as you have max HP, deal 10% more brave damage. So I feel like Gao is a very safe one as well, very easy to hit. And these are both stackable. So you could do double Cloud, double Gao, double Edgar, any of those if you want to get just the max brave damage. And then the D slot, her own is probably best in slot, especially for her, because it's when dealing a crit, raises max brave and attack by 5%. Hope is also good because Hope just triggers on buffing, which she does. It's very easy. Everybody buffs pretty much. But because she has 100% crit chance, hers is very free. And just in general, her D-Sphere is one of the best D-Spheres in the game. So any extra Cissnei EXs you pick up on the banner, definitely hold on to those so you can make more Cissnei spheres. So with that, I feel like we got a good sphere lineup. We got the artifacts. We're ready to show her off. So I'm going to run an interesting team comp here. So what I'll say in general for team building a character like Cissnei. Cissnei should be your slot 3 character. And you need to pair her with either a turn hogging character or turn manipulation or some big DPS that you can run a burst phase. You kind of want to just get Cissnei set up with like BT and her LD buff. And then just let her sit in the back and hide in the shadows and do a bunch of damage. So what I'm going to showcase, so like a character like Lightning, Terra, Tidus, these are turn hoggers that work really well with characters like Cissnei. But I think Realm is kind of a sneaky good character for Cissnei. So I want to showcase a team with Realm. And then I'm going to showcase Ignis again here because I feel like let's get a true support character that force charges. But Ignis is a dual role because I think he is also a damage dealer. So I'm going to try to actually operate Ignis as my damage dealer, showcasing Cissnei's damage on the side. And this will kind of be unique in this showcase in that I pretty much always would showcase the burst phase of the showcase character. But Cissnei, you really don't want to use her burst phase. She can do good damage because she's going to get all the big follow-ups herself. But other characters are better on-turn damage dealers than her. So you might as well feature them and then let her off-turn still go. So let's go ahead and hop in. We are going to run the Jessie Lost chapter. I think this is going to be kind of an interesting run for Cissnei. And then we'll bring Aerith for extra force charging. Just because it's a 3-target fight and her off turn is AoE. So we can see like with this big AoE damage and her AoE, let me double, it is split. So if there are less targets, it'll just do more damage to the one target, right? So we'll keep that in mind. Alright, so for Cissnei, I'm going to kind of open up with her weaker attacks. We're going to kind of save the LD. The LD and BT we're going to want to get later. Wait, do I? Okay, no, I do have her force. I just have everything kind of weird here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's hit Blade Glint first. These are attacks, honestly, you're not going to use too much. I'm not going to lie. But there's her Besiege, and that's her follow-up. So she did 350k AoE. Remember, that split damage. The way her follow-ups work, you can see she has a Rika buff above her head. It's like that ninja star. It's a stacking buff, and it maxes out at 2 stacks. Her off-turn gets stronger with every stack, but every time she takes a turn, it decreases in stacks and her off-turn gets weaker. So Blade Glint that we just saw was an 8 HP dump, and it gives her a stack of Wild Rika +1 for 6 turns. The overhead buff, by the way, that's the Wild Rika. It's a party attack and max brave up, another attack and max brave up to herself. It triggers her follow-up Besiege after party attacks. So any attack will trigger it. And the strength of it is based on the stacks. The stacks will never go below 1. So actually it maxes at 3 stacks. I misquoted earlier when I said 2. So it's a 3-stack max. And it's going to be strongest at 3. So it'll have Besiege, Besiege plus, Besiege double plus. Okay, so let's do Threatening Ember, which is the 35. Okay, another single target attack. I mean, she did get a lot of dumps there doing a mill. And then there's Besiege double plus. She saw we went up to 500k on the double plus. Okay, and so this does Wild Rika +2. So we got the good Besiege there. And it's a 6 HP dumping attack. So the 15 and 35, they're just ways for her to build up her stacks while dealing a little bit of damage, right? So what are we going to do with Realm? This fight's going to be aggressive. So here, let's hit this. Let's delay him a little bit. These enemies will start to like go crazy and do a bunch of delay stuff. Or not delay, but they'll jump cut turns. So there you go. We did damage. Cissnei hops in with some damage. Realm, do I want a BT already? Probably not quite yet. We'll do ulti sketch here. Okay. And then let me double check Cissnei's FR really. I gotta decide. I mean, I am gonna lead with her FR because I'm featuring her, but she's probably not the one you would want to normally use for FR, right? Yeah, this is a case because I do really want to show her off well. I might not actually lead with her FR. I'll probably just use it as an echo and just talk about what it does. But I think I just want to use Ignis as FR. I'm not going to lie. His FR is too good not to use, right? All right, so Ignis. Let's go ahead and do some force charging here. And then let me see. Do I have access to... I think I do, yeah. We're going to put Raijin down. Once again, this is meant to be like an off-turn fight. They're very aggressive, so I just want to be very safe here. But I thought it'd be just interesting to do a 3-target fight with her. And then with Ignis, let's go into... I think I want him in attack stance. So yeah, let's go into Papa Bird stance. Papa Ignis, about to pop off. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And then I think what we'll do is I'm going to actually grab Aerith quick, and we're just going to force charge a bit. Let's just force charge up. this should help us catch up. And then, yeah, I think I want to do like an Ignis Burst phase with Cissnei and just show off the off turn. Like, that's really what she's used for. We're going to have to get her BT effect up as well. So we're going to start setting up Cissnei with her big stuff on our next turn. Alright, so coming back to Ignis. And then Ignis, do I want his BT already? Yeah, I mean, we're already there, right? So I feel like it's a little early to go Force, but I kind of just want to do it, huh? Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to put Force on right now. And we're just going to start seeing the Big Daddy Cissnei damage. I know we still have like BT effects to set up. So basically we're going to use, for our actual things that use up a Force turn, we're going to put BT effects on. But otherwise we're going to echo all the way through. And then just get us back to Ignis to do a burst phase. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I do want her BT effect up. I just don't know if I want it yet. So I'm going to echo first. Because once her sketch starts going off, because what I want to show off with Realm is in this instance, she's going to pull her and Iggy up to do more damage while Cissnei sits in the back. But I kind of need a few more Cissnei turns before I go too crazy with that. I don't want to like lock Cissnei out of getting attacks in. So what we're going to do with Cissnei first is we are going to hit her LD. And then we're going to get her BT effect. So what her LD is going to do, it's going to put her Wild Rekka, her overhead, at max stacks. Okay? So we got 85% there, which is good. And then the big follow-up, yeah, do 1.85 mil. Her off turn is going to get so crazy, you guys. So her LD Shooting Star, AoE 6 HP dumping attack. She gets a buff called Turk's Rising Star. And then she gets a buff called Like a Shooting Star. And her Wild Rekka gets 3 stacks. So Turk's Rising Star, Party Brave damage, HP damage up, and Overflow stolen. And then Like a Shooting Star, Wild Rekka stacks will not decrease. So she just, I think this is new. So for 1 turn, her Wild Rekka will not decrease. So that means she can take 1 turn and keep it at 3 stacks. That's actually really nice. Now, okay, I don't want Rum to do the BT yet. No, I don't. We're going to echo again. Because I want, as soon as I get Cissnei's BT effect, then we're going to Realm BT, and then it's going to be crazy. Alright, we're gonna blow this fight out. That's the plan. Yeah, look at that. Dude, 2.4 million already for off turn when we can just like go crazy. Alright, so now she's stealing. I still don't want her BT effect yet. We'll Star Prism though. That'll refresh her sketch debuff, which is good. We'll take the 85% for sure. Alright, yeah, we just got to get to a Cissnei. Oh, they're cutting. Which is unfortunate because then they're going to trigger Realm. I mean, this is, you're going to see, this is why I didn't do Realm BT. Because Realm was going to, like, keep pulling her and Ignis up, and we would, like, never get a Cissnei turn. We got to get to Cissnei. 1 more turn, we need her BT effect up. So we'll just Tentacle on the free turn. It is going to burn up our Force turns, but even if we're doing Ignis during Retain, that's fine. Even without a burst phase, like, you can see Cissnei's just going to be sitting there getting a ton of free damage. And, I mean, Realm is going to be, yeah. Do I have, and she's out of, yeah, I can't do that yet. Let's just do a sketch here. We are burning through our Force, though, because they're going to keep attacking Realm and pulling her up. But that's fine. Look at Cissnei go. 4 mil AoE. That's just on the off turn. Oh my god. Cissnei's not getting another turn. I need a turn manipulation. Look at this. Because the enemies are going to keep attacking. Alright. Well, that's fine. We might be doing an Ignis Burst versus Retain. Because look, I still got 3 enemies. Unless I can break them all back. But I don't think... Oh, Ignis, though. I could use his EX for turn manipulation. He doesn't have it up yet, though. But his turn manipulation would be pretty clutch right now. But I do need his BT effect up also. I might actually have to get to his Overwhelm. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop this. I know we're wasting like Force turns, but that's going to be a really good gain. And then we have his EX up. So we have to EX just to get Cissnei up. Okay, and then as soon as I get Cissnei BT down, then we're good. And look, we're at like max gauge, so just look at her damage here. So she's doing about 6 mil AoE, And we can just be popping that off with every attack we do. All right, Cissnei BT, here we go. And she still has her echoes as well. But we got to get her BT effect up. Dragon Rise. Let's see the damage here. All right. And the Wild Rekka should be staying at 3 stacks. Yep. Okay. So let's talk about this BT effect. Oh, let's watch the damage. Okay, so almost 7 mil, and now it triggers twice for 14 mil. This is where it gets crazy. All right, so once again, okay. This is why she's the queen. She is now the queen again. So her BT, right? You get normal BT auras, so brave damage limit, HP damage, and HP damage limit. But Wild Rekka does not decrease, so she can take as many turns as she wants during her BT phase or her burst effect, right? And her Besiege never goes down. So that's freaking awesome. But her Besiege triggers twice. So now Realm can BT effect. And so now they can keep pulling up Realm and Ignis. And Cissnei is just going to sit back there. She's going to sit on her BT effect. She's going to sit on her Wild Rekka. And we are just going to be basically at max gauge getting 14 million off turn. Not counting whatever on-turn damage we're doing. So there's actually no point in an Ignis burst phase right now. We might still do it. Yeah, because we need to do more damage. So they're going to be cutting. Now watch. They're just going to hit Realm. She's going to pull us up. Right? The sketch is going to go off. And then her and Iggy get pulled. So now what I can do is... and so this will be our last turn. I'm going to hit Tentacle, actually, I think. So let's hit Tentacle. Now watch this. So Tentacle's hitting... and that's not like the craziest attack in the game, but 12 mil AoE. And then we're going to follow that up with, 16 mil AoE, excuse me, on a 3-target fight. And keep in mind, she's doing split HP damage. So if you're single target, she's just doing really heavy single target damage. So we're in 500% retain. Let's just blow this up with an Ignis burst phase. Oh, we don't even have Ignis's BT effect up. Okay, so let's get his BT effect up first. And then they should trigger Sketch and Ignis will get pulled back up. And then the enemies are already getting close to dying. So the bad part is they could get their force. Which I don't remember what their force is going to do in terms of stopping us. But they should attack, pull Realm up. Yeah, they're going to get their force probably. But look at this. Even at 500%, doing, 9 million damage. And then we got total clarities now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is wild. So like... this is an example, and I've had this before in showcases, where like the team setup is so powerful that like the enemy's basically dead before I can actually properly set it up. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. Let's Star Prism, I guess. I mean, I could have Tentacle there, but that's fine. Make sure the sketch is refreshed. And then now we'll go Ignis Burst phase and just Insanity. Once again, you're seeing that's at only 500%. Okay, they got their force. Are they going to, like, off-turn kill me or what? Nope, we're good. Now, this might be a force where they're invincible. They're cutting, but guess what? Iggy's on a free turn. You can't. You can't cut in front of that. And now we're going to burst phase because we're on a free turn. Now we're going to go crazy. So let's get Sage Fire. So at 500%, I mean, the damage is going to be pretty crazy coming out of here. So, yeah, Ignis does 8 mil AoE. And then she, with her double follow-up, is doing about another 8 to 9 mil. So she just basically doubled Ignis's LD, which is very powerful. And then we get total clarity on top of that. So, yeah, the damage is quite wild here. Yeah, sure, let's Overwhelm. And then we can have, like, sure, we'll give Cissnei a turn maybe coming out of it. But guess what? There won't be a turn coming out of it because these are going to be... they're going to be dead. I mean, here's the thing. They are doing the thing where they heal back a bunch of it. So they might actually survive this. But I think they're still taking, like, 10% of the damage. So at 10% of the damage, could we still kill them? What was their force condition? It was just, was it melee on them? I don't remember what it was to cancel, but whether we cancel or not, it's fine. I mean, we can hit this. I don't know if this will cancel or not. Maybe. So this is good. We can just show off a bunch of damage. They can keep healing it back. But yeah, just very, very nice heavy damage there. And you know what? We haven't even seen... We haven't done her Echo or her EX yet, so I think I might just talk about those rather than show them. I mean, okay, here's what I'll do just to properly... We'll finish this fight out, or I'll at least just get out of this. What are we going to do with you now? Sure, we'll do a Papa Bowl attack. Papa Bird Bowl. Yeah, these guys have one of those annoying... The thing is they only have 4 turns. They'll just burn through their force quick. But they could end up doing lethal damage at some point because I'm not bringing a tank here. But yeah, just watch. You just do this, and then Cissnei's doing all the damage. Like, crazy damage. Like, once again, just for comparison, her off turn does basically as much damage as Ignis's LD, which LD attacks are some of the most powerful attacks in the game. So we'll see what, like, Iggy gets on a burst phase here. No, this is 2 enemies for most of it. And this is at only 500%. So, like, if I were to, say, do, like, a damage test on Cissnei, I would probably just bring, like, the strongest DPS I can, like an Astos or something. And go into Bahamut and see what I can... Yeah, dude, 400 mil? And that was at 500%. Like, we weren't even at, you know, full force. And 400 mil is a pretty dang impressive number. Right? Alright, and I guess because they're in their force, I guess, yeah. And then total clarity still has to go off? Okay. Chill, Ignis, chill. So yeah, let's show some other... So, has she still not gotten her EX up? She hasn't. And we did the LD. We did all that. We did that. Oh, but her force. Okay, so let's talk about her force really quick. I don't know if I'm going to get it off, but we'll talk about what she gets with it. So, when she does her force... Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. Was I? No, we're good. So, yeah. Her force is going to give her max stacks of her overhead, which is good. And then to get HP damage, if you deal critical damage on turn, it's 40%. And then any ranged ability is 5%, and that's 10% for Cissnei. So this is an off-turn trigger. It can be on-turn or off-turn. So what happens is Cissnei on turn would get like 50%, okay? But all of her off turns are going to be 10%, and when her besiege triggers twice, I think that's going to be 20% off turn. So if your allies are dealing crit damage, and then just with her off turn, I mean, you're getting, you know, like 60% every time you attack with that, which is solid. The off turn just helps, but I don't think her FR is like the best one to lead with. Like I said, something like Ignis I think is a little bit better. So what do we want to do with you? I guess we can just do this. Actually, I probably should have used the Rydia call. But yeah, this is good. We can extend the showcase out because they have that heal mechanic just to help them survive. But yeah, we killed off one of them even though they were, you know, retaining or whatever. What do we want to do with you, Realm? We'll just ulti sketch, I suppose. But yeah, I would like to see a Cissnei EX. Oh, you know what I could have done? Oh no, I was going to say I could go into a Cissnei burst phase, but we just did it with Ignis, right? Alright, well the enemies here, we'll just keep going. Actually, I might not, because we pretty much saw everything we need to do here. So let's just do this. Let's just retry the wave, and then I'm just going to go into a Cissnei burst phase so we can like see the EX and the FR. So we can just see the attacks, right? Because we haven't seen those yet. So we'll just see them, and we likely won't have any other burst effects up. But just to properly show those attacks. But you guys saw, man, when you're dealing like 8 to 9 mil off turn, that's a lot of damage. And that was AoE 3 target, right? Okay, so Cissnei, what we could do... Actually, we could do a mini... Let's do this. So let's use our burst effect, right? So we'll do this. And we can just check her out a little bit here at, like, you know, no force gauge or whatever. Just to get the damage. But we can, like, just do her own little mini burst phase. So you can technically do this. Where, like, you go into her force. And that's her really weak besiege. You see it gets really weak when it's not powered up. But then what we could do is we could just go into her burst phase. And then we could just do a button like, say, her LD. That's going to max out her besiege. And then she can operate her own burst phase because now she still gets the double follow-ups. But her on-turn damage for most of her skills isn't that great. So you just want to usually have another character operate. But let's check out her EX. We haven't seen that yet. Here, I'll do this because it's free. But honestly, like my history of using Cissnei, her 15 and 35, I rarely press those buttons. It's mostly like you just get her LD and like now her BT set up and you just let her sit. So here's her EX Fortune Star. We haven't seen this yet. How much damage is this going to do? Oh, that was solid. Like 1.3 mil AoE and then you get the Besiege with it. Take that up to like 2.3 mil AoE, 2.4, something like that. Pretty good damage. So the EX just gives her the buff Fortune Star and it gives her 2 stacks of her overhead. Fortune Star is an attack up, crit rate up. So that's what gives her her crit rate 100%. Brave Stolen up, crit damage up, HP damage up, and then party attack and max Brave up. So anyways, guys, there you go. That's Cissnei. Very, very good off-turn damage. Let me know what you think of her. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.